What's up, everybody? This is Xiaohong Luo, one of your favorite students from Economic 112, Shirley. So today I just want to show you some concepts of some concepts of certain amount of the economics or some area of the economics. So if you find this video helpful, please drop a like and share the video to somebody else. And also don't forget to subscribe my channel, please. So before we get started, please give me a minute to describe or to go over what we'll be talking about. So today we'll be talking about the opportunity courses and the definitions and some examples of the economic courses. And also, I just want to show you some alternative series related to the opportunity courses. I'm sorry. Then we'll be talking about the definitions of incentive, and talked the way people respond to incentive. And I'll show you some realistic examples of incentive. Then I'll show you an scenario analysis, and I will explain the analysis of the scenario. Then we'll be talking about a scenario of economy related to each other. And finally, we'll be talking about the definition of one person's spending is another person's income. I mean, I'll be talking about the meanings, what it means of one person's spending is another person's income. Okay, so without further ado, let's just get started. Opportunity course. So opportunity courses, it is the value of what you might need to give up when making a decision in order to get what you want or achieve what you expect it to be. And opportunity courses also include the implicit courses and explicit courses. And as talking about the opportunity courses, we might be explaining what increasing opportunity courses is. And increasing opportunity courses is as the number of one product goes up, the other numbers of another product goes down. Okay, so let me just give you an example of the opportunity courses. So actually, one of my opportunity courses, if I have to choose which departments of campus I'm going to work through the Federal Work Studies program. Actually, by doing this, I might have to choose if I choose to work as language tutor at World Language Department, I might have to give up opportunity to work at another department such as I don't know, such as work at the kitchen or work at the cashier, or the cashier of the cafes, or etc. Or even be the tutor from the library, I guess. So, which means I cannot be working at two departments at the same time. And then, okay, so here's another example. Suppose that you need to take classes at 3 p.m., but you can also work at extra shift at your job. Well, I'll say in these cases, you have to like make a decision. You have to either go to the classes at 3 p.m. or work at your extra shift for extra money. And however, if you if you if you if you decided to take like classes at 3, you might have to give out your extra work shift for the money. And yeah, likewise, if you work at an extra shift, you might have to give out your opportunity to go to the classes at 3. Okay, so let's talk about incentive. Incentives, it is economic sensitive are rewarded that provide financial motivation for residents and consumers. That's why influence their behavior. And the second one is incentive can be anything with a monetary component, such as rebates, cashbacks, or discounts. Incentives actually can be like indirect financial transaction, such as like giving out extra quantities or complementary things. Okay, so the third one is there's actually 2 types of economic incentives, which are in, intrinsic and extrinsic. Okay, so then I'm talking about like how people respond to incentives. So actually, most of the time, the group of people actually the incentives were reacted very are reacted favorably. Are okay. So 1 second. So most of the time, incentives are reacted favorably by the rational people instead of like instead of like for us like regular students or normal students. You actually it it, it is reacted favorably by only rational people. Okay, so in responding to the incentives, most rational people distribute their limited resources and ways that maximize their own profits. Okay, so here's another example. Flexible work schedule and remote schedule. You actually, okay, flexible work schedule might let certain amount of employees to get work during during the free times or business hours due to emergency, as long as they get their work done with a satisfies quality. So what I said was that, like, for example, if you're like, if you can't be working right now during the like business hours due to the family emergencies or just whatever or or some or somebody for your family needs you immediately, you might be able to stop. I mean, to leave your job or leave your work from the site, and once you're done for the person or for the emergency, you might be able to come back to work. So the second one is that remote schedule. remote schedule means like there's some, or if there's some works that can be done online or by the individual, the company might be able to make some remote schedule for those individual at that time, so that they don't have to be like they don't have to be waking up at like maybe 6 or 7 something, and then catch the bus and then they go to like the company or the office building to for an hour in an hour in an hour by buses, and actually they must save times to those employees, or actually in this 1 hours or 2 hour in for the communication, they can be doing a lot of things such as like prepare some breakfast or take care of their family members or etc. So yeah, as I said, also those employees might spend more time in their families, which might be important for many cultures. So here's another scenario. Suppose when you see a job advertisement in the local newspapers offering employment to an individual who wants to humanely capture rabbits wrecked in Central Park. The offer states that hourly compensation is $95.77. So here's two questions. Why would this shop offer such high wage? That's another good question, actually. So the way, so I would say this shop offer such a high wage because it is like kind of very difficult to it is a very difficult task to for them to, I mean, not only for them but also for like everybody. Basically, it is a difficult task to protect the raccoons, which means it requires a lot of skills and training. It takes a lot of times, maybe like 2 months, actually 2 months to train. And also their working environment is not as it's way more dangerous than we think. Actually they have to like because because sometimes those raccoons can bite people, which might spread the virus to people. So they might have to like take it cautiously. Like they gotta pay attention. Like they gotta take care of themselves. And the second one, how is this scenario related to our topics of incentive? Yeah, actually, incentives are in this way. In these cases, I would say in these cases, incentives are given in a way to excellent salaries levels, since higher level might be able to guess might be the best way to motivate them to like to keep themselves them to work, because as I said, it is like a difficult tasks for them, and I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's un. I think it's unfair, like for them to like to get paid by like less salary or like very few salary to to work at a like at that dangerous environment and to work at a difficult position or jobs. So that's why I said giving a high salary might be the best way to keep themselves work. Okay, so yeah, here's another thing. And in scenario of economies are related to each other. Yeah, let me just give you an example. The decreases in spending in one part will impact other area. Even the host company. Yeah, this actually happens a lot because most of the business are actually from the consumer and people from other business. I'll just give you an example. The prices of grocery shopping in the United States has been increasing a lot, like around 1 to 2 times increasing since pandemic, since like 2020. So most of the restaurant might have to like increase their food price at least a little bit, in order to like keep their business running. I think they have to do that because like if they maintain their regular prices or if they don't increase their prices, their food prices, they might not have enough money to support their business to to keep their business running. And I don't think they can. I don't think increasing their food prices a lot, like a lot, or at least one or two times, because the prices the prices might be like a little bit expensive, or yeah, or might not worth for a certain amount of consumers, so that they might have like less spending or less income, like less consumers to spend some money, or to spend some money for the restaurant. So yeah, actually the food prices can also like impact the food delivery as well, because food delivery is based, actually the prices of food delivery is also based on the food prices from the restaurant and some service fee. So in this case, it might impact the prices of food delivery. Okay, next license. Okay, so last but not least, I want to talk about like the definition of one person's spending is another person's income. You actually, well, as you can see, it might be easy to understand based on the sentence or based on the context. So one person's spending is another person's income. This sentence is you actually reflect the fundamentals, the concept of economics, which is known as circular flows of income. And actually, let me just give you an example of this. For example, if a consumer from let's talk about like a Dunkin' Donut. Let's say that they want to order some hot chocolate from Dunkin' Donuts. So the person's spending is actually from the consumers who's trying to order a hot chocolate from Dunkin' Donuts. And another person's income is that another person is might be from the Dunkin' Donuts owner, and even those staffs or bartenders who works at the Dunkin' Donuts. So okay, so let me just clarify that flows of incomes might be interrupted due to the less spending. In this case, Dunkin' Donut. If the prices in Dunkin' Donuts or the prices of the drinks from Dunkin' Donut is high, they might there might be like less people who wants to buy it because they don't have enough money, or they don't think the price is worth it. So high prices actually can make people get less incomes in certain amount of way, and flows of incomes might impact the economics of some industry. In this case, is Dunkin' Donut or the food industrial. In this case, even the whole countries might actually might be referring to the like just to whatever countries you're talking about, or even the whole world. Actually, you're actually talking about the whole countries. I want to mention about the China, since China's since the prices in China's is like is increasing a lot, since the prices like in everywhere in China is increasing a lot. And actually most people in China are disemployed. I mean, I think if I'm not wrong, there are 20% of Chinese people in China who are actually disemployed, which means they don't have enough. They have little income. So that's why. So that's why most of Chinese people, there are a lot of Chinese people who who not willing to like shopping or increase or increase the economics. So that's why I said that the industrial revolution might, or the flows of incomes might impact the whole country. So here's the references I'm gonna use I'm using in this slices. So thank you so much for watching these videos, and I hope you, and once again, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please give this video a thumbs up and share the videos if you find it is helpful. And also, don't forget to subscribe this channel. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.